The Council Chamber, galactic seat of Orion, 2387 CE. The chamber floated at the center of the Milky Way's neutral zone, a spinning disk of crystal and cold light, home to 47 recognized spacefaring species. Ambassador James Hartley of Earth stood alone at the circular podium, straightening his collar while 12 sets of alien eyes studied him with open contempt. Grand Arbiter Voss, a seven-limbed being whose species had mapped stars while humans were still carving stone, leaned forward and spoke in perfectly translated English. The Galactic Cooperative has reached a unanimous decision, Ambassador. Earth is to be excluded from all trade routes, communications networks, and interstellar treaties. Indefinitely. The chamber hummed with approval from dozens of delegations. Hartley did not flinch. He clicked his pen once, nodded slowly, and said, "May I ask why?" "You are too unpredictable," Voss replied. "Too violent. Too messy. Your species wars with itself. You consume your own planet. You are a liability to stable galactic order." Hartley looked around the chamber, at the silk-draped Velhari diplomats who had strip-mined 3 moons last century, at the Dreth Collective who resolved trade disputes with population culls, at the Sorvani who had not invented a single new technology in 400 years but policed everyone else's. He smiled. "All right," he said simply. "We accept." Earth Orbital Command, 6 months later. Colonel Dana Reyes floated in zero gravity above her command console, reviewing the morning report over black coffee sealed in a pressurized mug. Since the exclusion, 22 galactic corporations had cut supply agreements with Earth. Fuel prices had spiked. 3 allied human colonies had panicked. And yet, the report on her screen told a different story. Dr. Marcus Webb's team in Nevada had cracked sustainable cold fusion, not the half measure they had been chasing for a century, but true, stable, scalable fusion. They had been 3 years from completion when the galaxy's cheap energy imports were keeping them complacent. The exclusion had removed that safety net. The team worked 20-hour days and finished in 6 months. 2 weeks after that, a joint NASA-SpaceX crew had completed the first faster-than-light prototype drive using principles the galactic community had declared physically impossible for Earth's level of development. It turned out the galactic community had simply never needed to try that hard. Reyes sipped her coffee and pulled up the interstellar communication log. 41 messages, all from alien governments, all marked urgent. The Council Chamber, 8 months after exclusion. Grand Arbiter Voss had not expected to call this emergency session. He had not expected to feel something uncomfortably close to nervousness as Ambassador Hartley. The same man, same pressed collar, same calm face, walked back to the podium uninvited and completely unbothered. "You were not summoned," Voss said. "No," Hartley agreed. "We came anyway. Old habit." He set a data chip on the podium. "We've had a productive 8 months. Fusion power. FTL travel. 3 new antimicrobial compounds your medical networks have been trying to synthesize for decades. A self-repairing hull polymer. We've also established independent trade agreements with the Yen Frontier, the Dust Colonies, and the Free Stations, all of whom, interestingly, are not members of your cooperative." The chamber was very quiet. "We aren't here to rejoin," Hartley continued. "We came to deliver a message. You excluded us because we were unpredictable. You were right. We are. But what you forgot, what every civilization forgets when it gets comfortable, is that unpredictability is just another word for potential." He picked the chip back up and pocketed it. "The cooperative is welcome to observe our next FTL test next Thursday. Public broadcast. No invitation required." He turned and walked out. Behind him, 47 delegations sat in perfect, stunned silence. Outside, a small blue-white ship bearing a single flag detached from the station dock pointed its nose toward open space and accelerated, not away from the galaxy, but through it, as if the whole thing belonged to them. Because, slowly, it was beginning to.